up to show you.
Let's meet the starting five for your San Antonio Spurs. 6'7", at forward, number 40, Harrison Barnes. 6'5", at forward, number 24, Devin Vassell. 6'5", guard, number 5, Stefan Castle. 6'3", guard, number 4, De'Aaron Fox. 7'4", starting at center, number 1, Victor Wembanyama. The head coach for your San Antonio Spurs is Mitch Johnson. Fans, that is your San Antonio Spurs.
The starters for Utah. We've got Bailey. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Sviatoslav Mikhailu. And it's George in at the 1. And for the Spurs, Fox at the 1 with Castle at the 2. Barnes plays the 4 with Wemby standing tall in the middle. And it's Vassell in at the 3. And coming into this game, Grant, is it fair to say this feels like it should be a blowout?
Well, on paper, that would be the assumption. But, BA, this is why we play the games. Anything can happen, and any team can pull off an upset.
Now here's George. He played a great game against San Antonio. And here's Bailey for 3. Kicks it to George. Goes back up. It's good.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Vassell outside. Pass to Castle. Launches a 3, and he parries his first look.
You're upgrading the three-point shot. It's big for Castle as he continues to develop.
Markkanen outside. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Back to you, BA.
And Allie, thank you for that. And so it's Utah with it. The Spurs making their last shot. Markkanen outside. Here's Nurkic. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Well, this is exactly where you want Yusuf Nurkic operating on the offensive end.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. And on lottery night, the Utah Jazz sliding back to the 5th pick, Doris.
BA, I know for the fan base, obviously that's disappointing. Everybody wants the top pick, or they're hoping for at least a top 3 pick. But here's the key for the Utah Jazz. They have put in place an organization of leadership that will make good decisions over a span of time. This isn't a one draft wonder. This is about building out over time and getting a sustainable roster. Well, you have got to be willing to close when Markkanen is out on the perimeter. His shot will punish you because it's a sweet shooting stroke.
When you watch De'Aaron Fox, is there anything that sticks out to you, Grant?
Well, BA, this league has the best athletes in the world, and Fox looks like maybe the quickest guy out there on most nights. His change of direction is especially elite.
The first free throw is good.
And looking at Fox, a microwave scorer and Tasmanian devil running up and down the floor. A fun player to watch.
And both free throws good for Fox. And the Spurs willing to be patient with this rebuild. But when De'Aaron Fox became available, Grant, they did not blink.
Yeah, he's just too dynamic to pass up and still young enough to grow with their core. Now it's about making the pieces click.
Now here's Fox. He's been an important part of this offense, averaging around 22 points a game. It's stolen by Nurkic. The finish! He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
I'll tell you, the defender draped all over Yusuf Nurkic. He never loses his concentration. What a finish.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. It's Barnes on the wing. Pass to Fox. Back to Barnes. 6 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. Ooh, poked away. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. They get it again. And Markkanen with the stuff.
Well, you just love to see Markkanen get after it and contribute on the backboards. Big-time job right there.
And Fox has got the ball here for the Spurs. Trailing by 2. Defeated by Utah in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Now here's George. Phenomenal stats on a consistent basis. Puts up over 24 points a game. And Bailey gets it to go.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. A different look for San Antonio. Sohan's checked in for Vassell. And Keldon Johnson subbed in for Castle.
Sohan, Keldon Johnson.
The Spurs have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Outside Johnson. Puts up a 3. Utah grabs the miss. You know, they beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
They were able to pull out a win last time because their bench came up big. It's so important to have depth on your roster.
I think sometimes the bench can make or break you in a particular game, and that was a total team effort, no question.
Here's Fox. The Jazz making their last shot. Wembanyama, pass to Sohan. George against Fox. 5 to shoot. Here's Sohan. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, that's surprising. This guy is a good mid-range shooter, just can't get it to go.
Here's Nurkic. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Nurkic has got 6.
They're really working the paint now.
Here's Wembanyama, and he converts the layup.
You know, it's hard to believe a guy over 7 feet is capable of moves like that. I mean, my goodness.
Jazz leading by 4. George passes to Bailey. And he lobs it up. And they're pushing it up. Here's Wembanyama. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a 1-possession game. Well done.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. George passes to Markkanen. A deep 3. Rebounded by Johnson. The Spurs have gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. 3-pointer, Fox sinks it from distance. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, hats off to Fox. He really's upgraded that three-point stroke.
George for three. Gets the three ball to go.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Spurs out in front, up one. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
On the floor for Utah, getting going in the second. They've got Kyle Filipowski, also Kevin Love out there, and it's Hendricks in at the three, small forward. 2 on the clock. Castle goes in.
Oh, and when Castle gets going to the hoop, good luck getting in front of him.
Here's Collier. Pass to Love. Here's Sensabaugh. He's guarded by Castle. Out to the wing. Here's Hendricks. Knocks down the long J.
This is why perimeter defense is so critical. Everyone has a three they can drop on you.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Right wing. Cornette with it. Love's there. Fade away. Hits the front of the rim and out. And the Jazz with possession here. And the Jazz finishing last season with the league's youngest roster. And some good players in that mix, Doris.
Listen, the fan base understands that the Utah Jazz are trying to rebuild a roster. The Jazz are hoping they've taken the step in the right direction with the draft haul they have, and with the picks on the horizon, it's just going to take time.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Sensabaugh, no good.
That's the shot you hope for, right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Johnson passes to Sohan. Here's Harper. Back to Sohan. Some solid defense from Filipowski. For Utah, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
Now shooting the three ball at almost 60%. They've been blazing this second quarter.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. For San Antonio, Victor Wembanyama comes in for Cornette, and it's Devin Vassell in for Johnson. So Utah going with an almost entire new group here. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Love. Markkanen comes in for Filipowski. Bailey's checked in for Hendricks. And Mikhailuk subbed in for Sensabaugh. Now here's Castle. 20 points for him last game against Utah.
Not to mention the assists he piled up. You can see why his teammates like playing with him.
More teams are playing 5 out now, Doris. So if you're coaching, is that a system you'd run?
It is, BA, because so many players come into the league highly skilled. If you are a three-tool player, meaning you can shoot it, deck it, and pass it, and you've got 5 guys like that, look out. It is so hard to guard.
Yeah, he's a fearless player. I mean, Sohan not afraid to give up his body to give his team a better chance.
He hits the second from the line. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Bailey. Now here's Markkanen. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
Here's Harper. And he dunks it down.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
And the Jazz with possession here. After the basket by San Antonio. Fades away. Can't connect. Now 2 of 6 for the game.
Oh, the defense very willing to live with that mid-range jumper.
One thing people notice about Dylan Harper, he loves to get going downhill.
Yeah, he delights in bullying his way through a defense, using a blend of speed and size to get to where he wants to go.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Spurs are on the rise. Victor Wembanyama said, quote, "I've been on board since day one. We know it's not going to be a straight line. There will be ups and downs. This is not easy, but I'm very confident in the will that my guys have. The long term is never being questioned." Back to you, Brian.
They'll get there. All right, Allie, thanks for the report.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
It's Markkanen on the wing. Sohan covering. Mikhailuk. No good on the triple.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Right side, Wembanyama. Wembanyama hammers it down.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You got to keep him out of the paint.
Jazz trail by 5. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
You know, that's using speed and quickness to combat size. By the time the defense reacts, it's far too late.
1:52 left in the half. Now Castle. He's got 5. Outside Wembanyama. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sohan. That three's off the mark.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
George for 3. Counted from distance. George has got 10 points in the game.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
For San Antonio, they've gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Pass to Harper. Here's Vassell from the arc. It's rebounded by George. Utah has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Shoots over Harper. George, no good. San Antonio has gone 4 of 8 from 3. Oh, okay then.
Yeah, just a vicious slam from Castle. You know, I have a feeling we'll see a few more of those over the next few years.
Thanks to the AT&T Connected Cam for the up-close and personal view of that slam. Utah's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Nurkic against Wembanyama. Bailey, the pass to Nurkic. Stolen by Wembanyama. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It goes on Keontae George.
And that's the kind of pressure Castle can put on a defense.
San Antonio shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. First free throw is good.
You know, guys, this is an exciting young player. Stephon Castle does a little bit of everything. He hustles, plays defense, got a national championship in college, so he is a winner, too.
Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio. Fox comes in for Harper, and Castle drops them both.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Bailey. He's guarded by Vassell. The Jazz again can't hit. Fox the pass to Barnes. Castle on the wing. And he's going for the lob.
I'll tell you, delivering the basketball in tight spots is not easy, but he made it look that way.
And so it's San Antonio leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for joining us. Getting right to the story, things are going well for the San Antonio Spurs.
Talk about putting yourself in a position to succeed. They've executed, and they're taking good shots.
Playing just the way it's drawn up, and let's credit their game planning as well. And time for a look here at how the West is shaping up as we continue to work our way through this season.
Well, right now for the Spurs, I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right. 2 + 2 is 5.
And as much as it pains me, I have to agree with Big Fella.
Thanks as always for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You gotta like what Keontae George has done in this one.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
At the forward slots, it's Vassell and Barnes. Fox at the 1 with Castle at the 2. And it's Wembanyama in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Knocks it down from distance.
Scouts love this from Wembanyama, a big who can hit smooth three-point shots.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. 9-point game. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Celtics. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. And here's Bailey for 3. The shot that time not on target. San Antonio's gotten 5 of their 9 attempts from deep to go. And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
Now here's Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Fox against George. Drilled from 11 feet out. George has got 12 points in the game.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Now here's Barnes. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. 4 on the clock. Here's Wembanyama. He hits the back iron and sinks it. And that's 15 points for Victor Wembanyama.
I'll tell you exactly the start to this half that you're looking for. He's taken 3 shots. He's made 3 shots.
Jazz trail by 11. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
Boy, he's been relentless, and to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Lauri Markkanen.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Utah moving the ball around. There's a screen. George passes to Mikhailuk. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
Spurs lead by 8. Fox, the pass to Barnes. And here's Castle. Back to Barnes. Here's Fox. Oh, throw it down!
celebration and a powerful slam by Fox. Even at 6'3", he can still really get up.
Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. Now here's George. 12 points for him.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Here's Fox. The Jazz making their last shot. Down low. Here's Barnes. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Jazz trail by 10. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. Victor Wembanyama is trying to gain strength, but he said it's important not to lose your mobility. So bulking up is not a good word. It's more being stable. That's the way to keep going. I don't need to bulk up. I need to get my core stronger. I need to get solid. Back over to you.
That approach makes sense. All right, Allie, thanks for the report.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. George passes to Mikhailuk. And here's Nurkic, covered by Wembanyama. Pass to Markkanen. Back to Nurkic, over Wembanyama. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Fox finds Vassell. Fox outside. The three is up. Fox, that smooth lefty shot.
And it's good to see Vassell find the open man as he continues to evolve as a playmaker.
1:56 left in the third. Looking to win the run. George, no good.
Oh, he will kick himself for that one. That was a tremendous opportunity.
Inside, here's Wembanyama. Utah grabs the miss. It's George on the drive. Banked it in off the glass. George has got 16 points.
Individually, he's trying to lift the team. You've got to love the effort, but thus far, not getting over the top.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. For San Antonio, Cornette's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Sohan comes in for Barnes. And it's Johnson in for Vassell. And a new group getting ready for Utah. Shibwe's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Filipowski comes in for Markkanen. Sensabaugh's checked in for Bailey. And it's Collier in for Mikhailuk.
Making things happen. You want Fox making decisions with the ball.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. Down by 15. Pass to Sensabaugh. George is screen on Johnson. To the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. Here's George. And the layup is good off the glass. George has got 8 points in the quarter.
This is why you select Keontae George. This guy is very capable of huge offensive nights.
San Antonio leading by 13. Outside Johnson. Fox, the pass to Sohan. Back to Fox. Pass to Castle. Here's Cornette. And San Antonio again with a bucket. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Collier. No points yet. Uncovered. And it's Cornette with a rebound.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well. Staying strong inside. Castle got touched up there, but it didn't throw him off.
Here's Sensabaugh. Offline from the high post. And so the San Antonio Spurs looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. We'll be right back with you shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Lauri Markkanen out there with Filipowski. Then there's Collier, and it's Hendricks in at the 3 slot. Here's Hendricks, clock at 6. Here's Collier. Rebounded by Johnson. Spurs lead by 17. Back to Sohan. Outside Johnson. Pass to Vassell. Shot from the wing. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh. Jazz trail by 17. And here's the fast break. Shot's good by Collier.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
San Antonio with the ball, following the bucket by Utah. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Here's Sensabaugh after the basket by San Antonio. And a miss there on the triple.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pass to Harper. Fires the 3. Utah grabs the miss. Here's Collier. Now Markkanen fires the 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now. Sohan outside. San Antonio moving the ball around. Left side, Wembanyama shoots over Filipowski. Goes to the fadeaway. Wembanyama's got 9 points here in the second half.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him delivering.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And the Spurs with some changes. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Sohan. Castle comes in for Johnson. And De'Aaron Fox is subbed in for Harper. And a new group getting ready for Utah. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Filipowski. Bailey comes in for Hendricks. Mikhailuk's checked in for Sensabaugh. And it's George in for Collier. Here's Bailey. Stolen by Wembanyama. Back come the Spurs in transition. Here's Castle. Pass to Barnes. Vassell outside. Fox for 3. Doesn't drop. He's 4 for 5.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And they pick up 2.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Spurs lead by 17. Wembanyama, screen on George. And he lobs it up to the rim. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
I mean, it seems like you could throw it up to Wembanyama on every offensive possession, and he'll slam it home.
Utah's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. George with it. Fox picks him up. George, no good. San Antonio has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. Vassell passes to Barnes. Vassell, a screen on Markkanen. Back to Vassell. No good on the shot. And George with some nice D.
You know, things haven't clicked for him offensively, but other guys around him, give them credit. They're filling in the gaps.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Now here's Fox. Here's Wembanyama. Now Vassell. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up the tray. Can't get it.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
George fires. Now Markkanen. Oh, Markkanen good in the paint.
Boy, Markkanen uses his size to great effect down low.
They've got time on their side here, Graham.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Down it goes!
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. A minute 39 left to play in the fourth quarter. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
Doesn't believe in soft finishes. The big fella's all about power.
San Antonio leading by 14. And here's Fox. And we've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Castle. Just 4 to shoot. Barnes outside. Now Vassell. Let's loose for 3. Knocks down the trifecta.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Spurs.
They were the more accurate club. And in the end, that made the difference, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And they played well tonight, picking up win number 24 of the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Victor Wembanyama.
He really influenced the game with his rebounding. Just a stellar performance. With all the work he put in, he's gonna sleep well tonight.
Markkanen, George for 3. Good work defensively by Fox. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin of the game. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
And so it's San Antonio easily grabbing this one. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.